Not much is going on. We're still hiring people, obviously. It's just always an issue that we're having to deal with, just trying to get qualified candidates and stuff. And not only that, we're going to have a shift change coming up here in February where, different deputies get moved around and things like that. And one of our deputies that we're actually happy that is actually coming to Salida is Deputy Dennis Wallace, who's getting yanked out of Houston, who's been there forever, and he is a complete community-oriented deputy. Over 20 years of law enforcement experience, was a DARE officer, huge with the community, huge with kids, and so he's going to be big for Salida, and so that's what we kind of push for. How about you take Salida? Being a senior deputy, he can pretty much pick what beat he's going to work, and he's like, you know what, that's not a bad idea, so he's going to be coming out here to your community to work out here. Also, to kind of echo Supervisor Withrow's stuff on what he was talking about, the marijuana stuff, legalizing and stuff like that. Everyone says, well, why not legalize it? It's good and this and that. You know what? If everyone was a responsible adult, I'd have no problem doing that. But unfortunately, like same with alcohol. Alcohol is legal, but is everyone responsible about it? How many issues do we have with alcohol? How many other programs do we have to add because of alcohol and alcoholism and outbreaks, things like that? That's the same issue that we're going to be having and we are having right now with marijuana, and it is a gateway drug. Again, if people were responsible, we'd have no issues anywhere. But when you start legalizing certain things such as that, it just opens up the floodgates to say, like, cool, I get to do that too. Go to Colorado, check out their records and their stats of what they've got going on because they legalized it. Their DUIs have gone through the roof. I mean, it's just like, alcohol is not the only thing that leads to DUIs. Being under the influence of a controlled substance, which marijuana is a DUI. Medication is a DUI. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, again, if you look at their stats, they are through the roof. Their overdoses are through the roof. Where kids have gotten a hold of brownies, things like that, again, because it's legal, it's through the roof. Yeah, they're making a lot of money because they've legalized it, but now look at all the stuff that they're having to deal with, the backlash of all the stuff of legalizing that stuff. So that's the backlash of, again, making these things legal. If everyone was responsible, we wouldn't have any of these problems, but obviously that's not the case, and that's why not making it legal is important, and that's why we're trying to fight that. So he covered Prop 47 too, and we actually, because we're one of the only counties in the state that's actually using the money from the state for the build-outs for the jails and things like that, our recidivism rate for the the programs that we have in our county far beats anywhere in the state of California. And what it is that when we have our inmates that come into our jail facility and they actually go through our program, statewide, over 70% come back to their jail systems and get rearrested again because of a program that we have and our basically are re-educating our inmates to go back into the community and be fruitful members of the community. Our return rate is 30%. So we've really made a huge impact with that, and we're using that money wisely into, again, because the state's hurting us whenever they do the AB 109 and the realignment, and like, hey, let's let these inmates free, because, again, you're going to say that crime is down because people aren't getting arrested. Well, yeah, if you change a felony to a misdemeanor to a citation, or not making it, illegal for those things because they renamed it or reclassified it, absolutely. If you made speeding legal, then CHP saying, well, yeah, we don't pull people over for that anymore and give them tickets, you're going to say, yeah, crime's down with speeding. If you do things like that. So I think it disguises a lot of things, and it gives people the wrong impression of what's legal and illegal whenever they do things like that. So crime necessarily isn't going down, but just whenever they change the classification of the crime, that's what's hurting us, because it's still out there. And also for the grow houses and the marijuana houses and stuff like that, we are constantly getting people, because obviously, you got those people that, well, I don't want to grow it, but I'll just go rip it off from someone that is growing it, and we get the home invasions and stuff like that. So why'd you get hit? And then you see all the marijuana plants that got chopped down or things like that. So again, more violent crimes that are occurring because of it as well. So,
anybody have any questions for Lieutenant Nuno? Okay, questions out there for Lieutenant Nuno? None?
wow.
My comment killed it.